Hello, welcome back to another episode of a Minecraft Let's Play. This is an episode I had actually recorded. Apparently there is no mic volume. I don't know why, to be honest. So I'm actually recording this after I just recorded episode 83, and this one was recorded a few days ago. So yeah, I don't know what the hell happened there, but we are off at the village temple, not village temple, what the hell is wrong with me? Village town in the desert, which, by the way, we haven't come up with a name yet. Feel free to put one down in the comments below. I actually mentioned this in episode 83, but we're going here as well. I laid out exactly where I wanted all of the villagers to go, the clerics, the blacksmith, the armorsmith, weaponsmith, blah blah blah, and quote-unquote woodworker, which is not a villager profession, but I got that set up as well, and apparently I'm terrible at speaking right now. I actually went to record, I actually went to render this episode, and noticed that there was no audio for whatever reason, so yeah. Yeah, we're Christian now. So here we are doing a post-commentary, which I haven't done too often. I honestly hate doing post-commentary because it just feels out of the norm to me. Oh, and over here is either farmer or shepherd. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put this over there or put it across the way on the other side of the hill here, and I'm about to show that myself. But yeah, I hate doing post commentary because I don't know, it just feels weird if you ask me. But who knows? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a bit weird on that, and I don't know. By the way, if you're wondering about the one building's redstone, I ran out of redstone dust on me, so I ended up having to do a dot dash kind of method to do the lines to show where everything's supposed to be. And yes, we have been in that desert temple. By the way, the torches on the top are indication of that. But yeah, I'm talking about it farming and stuff over there. But yeah, the dot dash method on that. And over here, I actually found a mining trench I dug out at some point at some win. I don't know. I don't actually recall ever doing this. I really don't. But yeah, I found this cave and I thought it was completely explored because I kind of came down here, you know, kind of looked around. Okay, there's a bit of a dark spot there. Big whoop. But, it just didn't seem like it was completely unexplored, but, there's actually quite a bit of this cave that went unexplored for some reason. And I really have no idea why, at all. So, there's this cave. It's pretty expansive. I think we'll get to the dark sections here in a moment. Yeah, okay, here we go. On the far right, there it is. A bit of darkness above me, too. It's not a good thing. But yeah, I don't know why this was here. I don't recall why I even dug this out, but it's a thing. It's here. I don't know, maybe someone in the comments can remind me of when this happened. I'm pretty sure I would have done this on camera. But maybe not. Maybe I did this when I first came out to the village area and started scouting for a spot. Maybe I heard something and wanted to go down. I don't know. And new moon up there. Don't see those too often in Minecraft. But yeah, I just like post commentary because I think right now I'm just walking around, kind of chatting about the towers and whatnot. I'm not a huge fan of post commentary. I'm really not. I never feel like it feels like me while playing the game. It's just kind of me rambling on about things until the end of days, right? I don't know. It's just kind of how it feels to me. But I do it anyway because I don't want to lose like this footage. For example, like this is 32 minutes of footage that I recorded with no audio. And if it wasn't anything massive that I did, I would have no problem just kind of deleting it and forgetting about it like it never happened. But alas, there's an okay amount of stuff in here that I did. So it's another reason why I wanted to do post commentary for this episode. But next episode definitely has proper audio to it. I did verify that. The only thing I can think of is my mic was muted during this, which doesn't seem like it should have happened. But I mean, I guess I have had it happen to me in the past. I don't know, it's just weird. Oh, this episode is entirely dedicated, by the way, to coming up with a design pattern for the buildings. I wanted to check out what the chisel variants of the sandstone and the smooth variants looked like, especially when they're next to each other, and trying to come up with some thoughts and ideas for it all. I wanted to make these buildings similar, but different to the housing. Like, I wanted the housing district to have came afterwards. The armorsmith and stuff like that, those should have existed before the housing came around, more or less. I went with the idea of the housing district being a brand new thing. You can kind of see that in real life, and I think I mentioned this when I first built that area. There, you can see the new housing districts in real life actually have the buildings more or less identical in a lot of the cases. They might change the sizing and maybe a few of the dimensions here and there, might rearrange a few things, but overall they're more or less identical in their size and their shape and stuff like that. Like, they're very similar. So it's kind of what I was doing here. The housing district was supposed to be like the newest addition to this area. And the other thing is the across the bridge is meant to be all different and whatnot. And with this, I wanted to... What was I looking at here? Oh, I heard the animal I was wondering about it. Yeah, I wanted to check to see what's happening with the bridge and the capstone walls. I didn't have the capstone walls on me. But there was one of the things I was trying to tie in with the rest of the buildings was try to use the birch fences for the dividers on the buildings here over here. Because I got the working area on the left here and the actual house on the right. I wanted to kind of separate the work area from the house, but separate the work area from everything else as well, so it wasn't just out in the open air. I wanted to try birch fence because it definitely fits the whole desert theme. I feel it does anyway. But yeah, wanted to use birch fence. I actually decided against it. The stone, the cobblestone wall it's actually a lot better. You'll see that in the next episode. Yeah. I think at this point I'm talking about the buildings over there and trying to make it similar to the style over here. Oh, yeah, here we go. I actually tried to start designing the rough idea of this building design. I tried doing the corner with all smooth sandstone and then the chiseled variant. Eventually, I remembered about red sand existing, and I wanted to go try to get some red sandstone and other materials to actually build with. And we do go and do that in about a couple minutes, actually. But yeah, right now I'm just checking it all out as best as possible. I'm trying to come up with a variant in the chiseled smooth theme, stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like I ended up coming with a good design style for this particular building. Once I actually head off and get the red sand. I'm counting the blocks distances for the chiseled variant, and I decided to go 3 from my other side, leaving this 2-block gap in the middle of these 2 central chiseled variant. It works. Oh, and this pick gave me so much trouble with the sandstone because it just destroys everything so quickly. Yeah, you know, looking back at this now, I might have actually gotten away with using only sandstone and none of the red sandstone stuff. But I don't think it would have looked as good as it does now. It definitely gives a lot more character to it now than it did here. That's one problem I have sometimes with building in general. I generally think often too plain initially, and by the time I actually want to add style and design and effects and stuff like that, it just does not work out for me. Oh, okay, I was wondering what the small bit of segment was. I went back to enchant another work pick, efficiency 4, unbreaking 3 pick, you know. I got a Silk Touch and a Fortune 3 pick by itself. I keep trying. I'm guaranteed Fortune 3, which is perfectly fine. Wait. Oh, right, I broke it thinking that maybe, okay, something was bugged, because it just seemed weird. But yeah, I got this pick, Fortune 3, Unbreaking 4, Unbreaking 3 and Efficiency 4. So I got that pick, as well as a Silk Touch pick, I think. I might have done another enchant after the segment, but I don't recall. Yeah, I got those picks. The Silk Touch and Fortune 3 pick directly with no other enchants. It was just freaking weird. But I don't know. I got the 2 rarest enchants, in my opinion, for picks by themselves on 2 separate picks. One after the other. And then a 3rd pick with Fortune 3 on it. It just seemed like the enchanting thing was just out of my everything. And the screen is black right now for some reason while I'm previewing this video. Oh, there we go. Video finally kicked in. Yeah, we are at the mesa now because, as I mentioned, I wanted to get red sand. So I just kind of find a spot, start mining out some red sand, and I also grabbed some yellow stained clay, and I think I grabbed some regular bits here and there too, just because of the way it generated. Yeah, I'm mining. I'm talking about something. What was it? What was it I talking about? This, by the way, was from like. Oh, I don't know. How many days ago was this? 3? I think I recorded this like 3 days ago, something like that. I don't recall what I was talking about here. Really don't. Since I don't remember, I do actually have something I could talk about. Microsoft apparently released a Twitter AI called Tay. That kind of backfired on them pretty rapidly, apparently. Apparently, it's supposed to be a machine learning AI, so based on user input, it learns from that and, you know, responds accordingly based on its past experiences and what it currently knows. Apparently, people took advantage of that and made it a very racist AI, which is very interesting to have seen happen. Apparently, Microsoft took the bot down, but it made a brief return or something, and now it's I don't know what's going on with it anymore. But I thought it was interesting to see that AI bots on Twitter are becoming a thing, even if they are meant to be perhaps temporary and a learning tool. I know there's quite a few bots out there already. A lot of them aren't true AI. They might learn a few things here and there, but they mostly pick up information from what they were already given. It's like a partial AI system. I don't know. It's always a thought. But yeah, I actually enjoy the concept of AI, or artificial intelligence systems. They can be very, very useful. They are essentially, depending on what they're taught, an extra mind in whatever field that you're interested in figuring it out. Granted, that is at the point of true AI, where an AI system is actually learning and coming up with new ideas rather than just learning and acting upon existing things. But I can't foresee that not really being a possibility. I don't know. I would love for AI to be a thing. true AI, but even if it doesn't become a thing at all in the future, or near future, that's fine. I'm sure it will happen eventually. We have quite a bit of AI technology already. A lot of it's problematic, though, because a lot of things can be swayed to one thing or another. And in the case of Tay on Twitter, it's not a good thing for the outcomes, and it doesn't really help anyone understand that. I mean, we can teach the AI system what racism is and sexism and stuff like that, but it doesn't know that it is frowned upon, unless of course you're the internet, because that's sadly how a lot of the internet works. There's a lot of hatred, even if it's people just playing jokes and whatnot. It's going to happen all the time. Oh, by the way, last time I had to do this post-commentary thing, I had Vegas lock up on me randomly. So if it happens again and there's a random skip in my voice, that is why. That is why. I had that happen before, and I tried lining up the audio perfectly, but I just couldn't get it exact. Like, there was something I was finishing up a comment on, I just finished it up, and then, like, within a split second, I'm already talking about something else. Like, there was no breath taken or anything. So yeah, it's possible that me reviewing this footage causes it to lock up at some point in Vegas. I hope it doesn't, but if it does, and the voice skips, that is why. The reason I say this is because it locks up in about 3 minutes from now, the first time it happened. So I thought I would mention it now. Are we almost done here? I came here to get 9 stacks of red sand and 9 stacks of yellow stained clay, which I do end up getting, but I didn't realize I recorded this much in the freaking me mining. Wow. Kinda wish I may have trimmed this down a bit before I started doing post-commentary. Where are we now? Oh, we're still in the mesa. And I had just finished picking up all of the stuff, and I found out, or I didn't find out, I forgot about, and rediscovered, the dead bushes actually give sticks when you break them, so they have a bit of a purpose now for resources, but I mean, they're just sticks. You can't do a whole lot with them, but the dead bushes actually drop something. They're useful. Back at the village place, we have the red sand and stuff in our inventory, and I'm making some red sandstone. I wanted to check out to see if there was a chiseled and whatnot variant, but apparently I don't do it right away. Yeah, I wanted to see what the red sandstone looked like with the rest of the building blocks here. And I do have a bit of an idea here for it all. I'll take a quick drink of my coffee so my throat can stop being all blah blah blah. Apparently I'm out of coffee, good to know. Okay, here we go. I checked to see if I can make sandstone, the smooth red sandstone and the chiseled variants, and yes I can. I actually forgot the chiseled variant of the red sandstone is the wither icon instead of a creeper phase. I actually honestly forgot about that. It looks cool. I like it. The blocks look awesome, really. The red sandstone definitely feels like a good complementary color to the yellowish tint of sandstone. It's like not overbearingly yellow like the yellow stained clay is right there. But I don't know, the colors between them just seem to gel so well. At this point, I'm putting chiseled sandstone where I had the regular sandstone at, to give it some characteristics, if you will, to the everything. Really, is really what it comes down to the everything. As I was mentioning, I wanted the other things to be different. To the housing district, but similar at the same time. So the red sandstone allows me to do that, makes it look better overall in my opinion, as well as kind of ties it in with everything else across the way. You know, there was at one point during this last, 10 minutes, no, a bit more than 10 minutes, um, 11 minutes, let's go 11 minutes, why not? I was talking about a job I had over when I was going to college, and I actually do want to go back to college. I'm just trying to figure out a good time to actually do that. But I was talking about an old job I had there as a web developer for BBMB, and eventually at some point you'll see me put in chat BBMB. It was biochemistry, biomedical, and molecular biology, or something along the lines of that. It was a department at Iowa State University. That's where I went to college to, I assume. I was working there for a while on tearing out initially their scheduler system for equipment and whatnot, and in their labs. I say initially, by the way, because the existing software that they wanted me to modify, it was hodgepodged together by a bunch of students at a different university, and it was offered for free. It works, but it wasn't exactly what they wanted, so they wanted me to come in and actually work on it. I spent maybe a week on trying to learn it and figure out exactly where everything is and how to tear things out and stuff like that without breaking everything. It was a pain. I eventually told my boss at the time to kind of scrap this idea. I'll recode everything from scratch. It's going to be unified and whatnot. And I actually unfortunately did not get to finish it. I ended up having to leave college, and hiring a non-student is a bit of a problem for them. Because the professor, or teacher, or whatever you want to call them, actually has to come up with a reason why that a non-student is better at doing it than a student, really. Why did I open up chat? I don't recall why I opened up chat there. I must have been trying to show something off with my mouse or something, but I just realized my mouse actually doesn't get captured. Yeah, I don't know. Excuse me. It's a bit early in the morning right now, and I need to get more coffee, really. But I want to finish up this post commentary first. Yeah, but what am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing here anymore. I know I'm going over the design ideas, like thoughts and stuff like that, but I don't exactly remember what I was talking about at this point, or at this particular point in time. I do realize I screwed up here and didn't make the smooth sandstone, and just made it regular sandstone, so there was that problem. Well, yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, BBMB. My work there was very interesting because I actually worked inside one of the labs on one of their computers for the coding. It was more of as much as I wanted to work from home, there was a bit of a trust issue, like, okay, you say you work this many hours, but can you guarantee it? No, I can't. And my boss actually said, if you can come up with a method to guarantee, to solidly show that you worked, I would be willing to let you work at home. And if not, we'll look at it another year from now or whatever. So like it was an option to work from home, but unfortunately it didn't happen. What am I doing? But yeah, like every time I came up with a system to like keep track of hours logged and stuff like that, I always thought of ways to bypass it. Like I came up with ways to break my own systems. So whatever I came up with was not good enough. It was not foolproof enough because I would always come up with a way to bypass the whole time registering system. Now, I wouldn't, especially considering I liked the job, but trying to come up with a means to guarantee that I will forever be 100% faithful regardless of what I say, because there's a system that locks in every bit of information like that, I just could not come up with. Like, some of the things I came up with were, like, just a standard, like, I would, VPN, virtual private network. Like, I would kind of, like, log in through a VPN system to actually work on it. It wasn't too difficult to do, because we had a file server I had to work, send files up to anyway, so, like, I could actually connect to it through the command prompt and whatnot, and actually work on the files, grab them, push to them, etc. It wasn't a problem. And we could I had a system in mind where it would actually log in the in and out times. But the problem with that is I could just log in, theoretically, and do absolutely no work overall. And that was it. There'd be hours logged in, but nothing actually getting done. What I came up with afterwards was, okay, if that's the case, then we can check to see if files were actually changed. If so, what was changed exactly? You know, like, is there a large difference in change? If so, that means, you know, a good amount of work was put in. If it's a minimal amount of work, then so be it. But, you know, some sort of change had to have happened. But then the way to bypass that system, on top of being able to just keep yourself logged in, I could just, oh hey, I finally typed BBMB. Huh. That was, started talking about this, like, way too early then. Yeah, but the problem with that system was I could just put in a bunch of comments in the files and then remove them. Or add them and remove them, so, like, there could be, like, 1,000 character difference in the files, showing that I actually did work, quote unquote. But really, it was just me adding and removing comments. It was nothing special or anything. It wasn't actual code, wasn't actual work, wasn't actually anything. Yeah, so that system was out of my mind. And those are really the only two main methods I could think of. I did have some variants and stuff like that. I could check to see. I could come up with a complicated system of checking to see what was changed. It would essentially be a parser, a PHP parser. It would determine to see what the changes were, like the actual differences in the files, and determine if the changes were comments, actual code, actual functions, and it would actually try to come up with it being validation, more or less, of it being actual work. The problem with that system in particular is, considering I'd be the one that came up with the system, I would know how to game the system. I could come up with bogus functions. I could cause a bunch of extra non-useful functions to exist that get called from elsewhere in the code, essentially causing the overall software to be loaded with unnecessary things just to keep it proven that I am actually working on it. And that is not good. That's not good for programming. If you are going out of your way to add extra needless functions to your software just because you might need them, or because in this particular case it proves that you've been quote-unquote working on it, it's not good for the software speed. Like, if it takes 5 seconds to run the particular script, you don't want to load it up any more than that, because that's already way too long, in my opinion, for a web-based system. It should not take more than 2 seconds for your script to run. On top of it running and getting the page information to the end user, it should not take more than 5 seconds, ever. 2 seconds is definitely my preferred maximum. Like, it should not take more than 2 seconds for a page to load. but that's just me. So yeah, any and all systems I was coming up with were just not working at all for me, because like I said, I always came up with a way to bypass them. So I'm curious to know, does anyone know of a foolproof working from home solution? Um, if you do, I'd actually be very interested in knowing about it. See if there's any things I can think of that would actually break it. Um, Actually, on that note, my current job right now is a work from home situation, and I can technically break it, quote unquote, but it'd be just me logging in, not doing any work. And since I'm paid per hour instead, or paid per piece, like piecework, I could be logged in for 1,000 hours a month. Hypothetically, you know, 1,000 hours logged in is actually possible. And only have like maybe 200 documents actually completed, because I actually work with government documents. That's not a lot of documents per hour, and they would be able to see that. So they would be able to catch me in the lie on that of like, okay, I worked 1,000 hours, but okay, you worked 1,000 hours, but you only have 200 documents done. What? There's a problem there. So, I actually do have to work while I'm logged in. I mean, I can go for a short 5-minute break or whatnot. It's not going to change my price much. But, yeah. Oh, since we're getting to the end of the episode here, yeah, I noticed this, and I wanted to kind of like click and drag around that C shape in the window there, just because of the witness. Like, it's like, where's the circle? Maybe the sun will work. I don't know. What did I... Oh yeah, I finally noticed my clouds were off. I had no idea they were off. I have no idea how long they've been off, but I'd forgotten that they got turned off at some point. Like, holy crap, I forgot about it completely. But yeah, like, this here being a puzzle from the witness, like, just pulling it all the way down there, and there being a line kind of thing. I'd been playing way too much of the witness at this point. Still have to finish the game, but yeah. I think I'm just wrapping up my thoughts here, because there's only a few seconds, or actually it's about a minute left of the video. I'm looking for thoughts and ideas on the whole designs, stuff like that, new buildings maybe that I may have overlooked or missed over here, like I don't know. I don't know actually, because I have no more buildings in my mind. I have them all laid out here. If I had knew any others, I would have tried to fit them in. But yeah, I got all the villager professions in over here except for the farming based ones. So I'm interested in knowing what everyone has to think about this. Also, let me know what you guys think of the red sandstone and the sandstone styled housing. I'd be interested to know about that as well. Other than that, yeah, I'm wrapping up the episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed this post commentary. Until next time, as always, take it easy.